Page 4. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of healing, I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of healing and so forth, I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of healing and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye Joga Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyatsu Dage Jinso Gebe Sonampi Tola Nge Sangye Joga Sangye Joga Sangye Chonama Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyatsu Dage Jinso Gebe Sonampi Tola Nge Sangye Joga Sangye Joga Soge Chonamba Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyatsu Dage Jinso Gebe Sonampi Tola Nge Sangye Joga Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Te Shamdata Gato Yabatat Yesham Chayo Niroda Evam Vadi Mahashramana Yeswaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Te Shamdata Gato Yavatat Yesham Chayo Niroda Evam Vadi Mahashramana Yeswaha Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava Hetum Te Shamdata Gato Yavana Yesham Chayo Niroda Evam Vadi Mahashramana Yeswaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well as taught by the great seer. Okay, this morning we're talking about all composite things impermanent. And the all composite things impermanent, all contaminated things are of suffering nature. So contaminated, in addition to that, we talked about the 5 points with respect to the how samsara operates. How samsara meaning how our miseries operate. So we talked about the verse from Arya-Nagarjuna, the verse anybody who can recite this by heart, which you learned this morning. There are many who already know how this by heart since long time ago. Okay, so let's say this together. A season of karma's afflictions is nirvana. Karma's afflictions arise from conceptualization or conceptual thought of inappropriate attention. These arise from elaboration, self-grasping, ignorance, and the elaboration ceases with the wisdom into the wisdom of emptiness. Very good. So we are doing the 5 points. The first point is the suffering. Then number 2 is what? Contaminant karmas. Immediate cause of suffering is contaminant karmas. So the Buddha is particularly very emphatic with the cause and effect relationship. And in fact, there is a debate between the quantum physicists and the relativity theorists. Quantum physicists like Niels Bohr and relativity theorists like Einstein. And quantum physics talks about the random concept of randomness, and relativity theorist, particularly Albert Einstein, is totally against the concept of randomness. What he says, what he argues, is that the whole world, whole universe is operating based on the physical law of cause and effect. This is Einstein's argument against the randomness, concept of randomness in quantum physics. And the randomness in quantum physics versus the Buddhist concept of the dependent origination. Do they go against each other? Answer is no. This is where the vocabularies, we should be very careful with the vocabularies. We need to know the vocabularies and make sure that the referent of what the vocabularies that you're using, we need to know the reference so well. We should not be carried away by the vocabularies themselves. So there's no contradiction between the concept of the randomness in quantum physics versus the Buddhist concept of dependent origination. Although Einstein was not happy with the word randomness used by Niels Bohr or the quantum physicists. So with this mind, what we're saying there is that the Buddha is particularly emphatic, how the Buddha put forth and how the Albert Einstein argued against the quantum physicists, saying that for the universe, there's no room for randomness. He said, what? There's a popular expression which is known as the God does not play dice. God doesn't play dice, meaning that there's no room for randomness. And he justified that by saying that whole universe is operating based on the principle of cause and effect, the physical law of cause and effect. Okay, so with this mind, in the Buddhist teachings, there's a tremendous emphasis. E dharma hetu prabhava. All these phenomena arise from the causes. Hetum tesham tathagato ihavatat. These causes, what these causes are particularly pertaining to your miseries, your stress, anxiety, and so forth, these are taught by the Tathagata. And unless we bring an end to these causes, our tears will never stop. And it can be worse. For example, people here, we have our own pains, we have our own experience of the stress, anxiety, and so forth. What about those in the Gaza Strip? What are those in the Ukraine? So those, the Russian soldiers who are running away, they don't want to fight. They run away. My friends are there who just left Russia because otherwise they're going to be recruited. They're forced to go into the war. So they don't want. And because they feel the pain, they have their family members. So they don't want to create pains on this. So this is where our pains. So till we really look for alternative way to stop this, they will never stop on their own. So we need to check what the causes. Ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum tesham tathagato hyavatat. What these causes are, which bring the tears in us. These are what the Buddha indicated. And how to bring an end to these causes is also taught by the great seer, great Buddha. So, what are the things which the Buddha taught? So this is what we'll be learning here, and see if it makes sense. If it makes sense, adopt it, they're very useful. And finally, if you're really confident that they don't make sense, then discard. So there's no, there's no blasphemy, nothing. Don't worry. So generally speaking, so what we can say is that if hunger is not an issue, no need to eat food. If hunger is not an issue for you, if you're hungry, okay, it's fine, then no need to eat food. I remember when I was just, I think about 16 or 17 years old, I was so fortunate to have seen him as my teacher, who was the hermit, many years in hermitage. And as a schoolboy, we used to go to the hermitage and meet those hermits and seek advice. And so now to make it a little more clearer was that, particularly when I was in class 11, I started to contemplate a lot, meaning that in science, and then a little bit that we heard about Buddhism, I started questioning those, and then to my surprise, majority of the elders around us, they didn't have answers to my questions. Not because Buddhism doesn't have answer, the only thing is that the majority, they have not really learned it. Lucky that one of my teachers there, Venerable Geshe, he was my teacher, and you ask any question to him, extremely convincing answers come from him, because he's a logician, he's a philosopher, he's a psychologist. He was trained that way. So that is something, a big plus point. Otherwise, I don't know whether I've embraced the philosophy and I must have turned in a direction. So because of him, that I felt grounded, that there is something in Buddhism which, you may not see many people who can give the answers to these questions, but there is the Buddhism per se is very, this is extremely rational, and the thought processes. So this is how and then what happened was that so meanwhile my mind was going to a lot of questions, because that we were introduced to physics separately, and I was so fond of physics, mathematics, particularly physics. Many questions were coming, and I started to have very strange dreams, very scary dreams, very scary dreams. That's very funny. One time, in my hostel, the two boys share one room, and in our room there's one closet, very simple closet with just a curtain and space for you to keep your clothes, and atop of that is a small space for altar. And I used to do all this, make the altar, put up instruments, photograph. What do we have? We do not have anything, just put photograph instruments, and then offer some waters every day. But inside me, this young boy, there are so many questions coming up. And and one night, a dream that I had was that from far away, two eyes were coming towards me. Two eyes, just eyeballs coming towards me. Very scary. So I dashed towards the altar in my room. It was my altar. And the altar, there was a black curtain. The moment I just hit myself onto the altar, there was a space. And the black curtain just blocked the altar, indicating that the altar, saying that you are what? What is that? What is the English word? Somebody who doesn't believe in religion. What do you call these people? Atheist. No, atheist is a stronger word than atheist.
Heretic.
Heretic, yes. You are heretic. No, you cannot take shelter in us. You cannot take refuge in us. Black curtain. That was even more scary. And then the next day, I saw some seniors, 1 year, 2 years seniors to me, and they go to meet the hermit. And I know that, and that hermit is very there's an incredibly great compassion in him. Just you see him from a distance, you'll see the glow of compassion. And then I thought, they say, I sent a message through my senior, 2 year senior, to this teacher, if I can have a personal meeting. And my senior must have informed that teacher that this young boy, he couldn't study, so whatever, he must have met, and he wanted to meet you. This is very unusual, seeking appointment. Usually you just bump in. This is how people do. But and then when I actually went there on time, and the teacher was also a little serious. Okay, this boy, I learned that from others. I learned that he's good in studies and that he is, a little skeptic, and he may be cynical of the Buddhist teachings and so forth. No, I was not at all cynical. So when I asked the questions, then my teacher kept him a little more relaxed. And then he said that, Dorji, if you don't have suffering, you don't need to practice Buddhism. This was the statement that he said. So not that in Buddhism, your religion, you have to do that. If you don't do that, no, nothing. If you have no problem, if you have no suffering, if you have no problem, no need to practice Buddhism. This is what he said. And it rings my ears so well. It resonated with my thing so well. Wow, that's amazing. It's not what is the English word? The blind faith-based religion. What do you call that?
Fanaticism.
Fanaticism, yes. It's not fundamentalist, it's not fanatic. This is amazing. I just liked it. Okay, so likewise, same suffering, number one. If you don't have suffering, then we don't have to practice the Dharma. So the suffering. If we don't want suffering, then ye Dharma hetu prabha. We have to examine where the suffering is coming from. This is the Buddha's, the wisdom. Always look for the causes where the suffering is coming. Then the Buddha discovered these four things. Suffering arises from contaminated karmas, our actions. And our actions arise from afflictions. And afflictions arise from inappropriate attention, conceptual thought, conceptualization of inappropriate attention, which in turn arises from elaborate self-grasping ignorance. And some of you, I know that you are wanting to know what is elaboration, what is self-grasping, what is inappropriate attention. You want to know that. Okay, let me draw. This is the foundation, this is the ground. We have to understand it. I'm going to give an example and see if it makes sense based on that the example. So just imagine that you are dreaming. You are falling asleep and you're dreaming. And in the dream you attend the class. You attend the class. And in the class, let's say I picked up something black I picked up. And you looked at it and you see that this is a phone, cell phone. There's a cell phone. And then you looked at it very carefully, you see that this is brand new iPhone 16 Pro Max. Okay, what is today? 16, 17?
17.
It's an older came.
17 coming.
Not came.
Went down. 17 is about to come soon.
Okay. So you dreamt of, say, I'm raising something up in my hand. You looked at it, you see a phone, the cell phone there. You look very carefully, you see this as iPhone, brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Oh, this is the first iPhone 17 that I'm seeing, right? And then you raise your hand and you ask, Geshe, can we exchange our phones? And then meanwhile, Chelsea said that, no, I already told Geshe to exchange our phones already. And then he said, when did you say this? And then you crave, look at him. He already knows about iPhone 17 coming, right? So then you were so angry and you have a fist fight with Chelsea. Right, fist fight with Chelsea. And then the police comes with the siren, put you behind bars. Okay, let's say. Then you enter into prison, samsara, prison. And you usually every day you call your mom, and today no call. Your mother is no call. And mother calls the office. And the office says, oh, unfortunately he is behind bars, she's behind bars. And the mother comes to the prison. I said, why you went to the Thosamling for a retreat? Is this a retreat place? No. Why you end up behind bars? Why? Behind bars in prison. Why? Why end up in the prison? Why? Hey, Simran.
Because you wanted the latest iPhone.
Okay, if you want the latest iPhone, you will go to prison.
You punch.
Fist fight, yes, okay. Okay, fist fight, you're getting it? Even if you crave for iPhone, all the iPhones in the world, nobody will put you in prison. Right? As long as you don't fight. Right? You fight. This is immediate. Fight is action. Action is karma. So, immediate cause of your being behind bar, which is samsara, is the action, karma. So why? And then your mother asks you, "Hey, son, why did you fight? You are a very gentle girl. Why did you fight?" Hey,
Because now I want it. Because I fought.
because there's a competition
Yeah.
over the iPhone 17, right? With Shubham.
See and Shubham.
Oh, no, with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Not with Chelsea. He is fighting also. So with Chelsea, competition. Why competition? Why competition? You know, I'm against this girl. And why are you against this girl? Because I loved it. iPhone 17. Right? So, attachment to the phone and anger towards the Chelsea. These two are afflictions. So, this fight is because of the anger, and this anger because of the attachment to the phone. So, these fall under the category of affliction. So, misery is because of the contaminant karmas. Contaminant karmas because of the afflictions. And why do you feel attached to the mobile? Why? Well, you already have mobile. No, mom, you don't know that. This is the first iPhone 17 in the world. First iPhone 17 in the world. Okay, so this is the first. Are you sure this iPhone? Right? Or this is, are you sure in the first, is this a phone? Yes, of course, it's iPhone 17. Is it not a dream phone? You're not dreaming, you're getting it? It's a dream phone. So what you do is that first you exaggerate, there's no phone at all there, and then you create a dream phone as a real phone. Number one, you exaggerate the object. Then you exaggerate the quality of the object. You see that this phone is iPhone 17 brand new Pro Max. You exaggerate the quality of the phone. Okay, so now look, exaggerating the object per se is the elaboration. While the object is coming from your mind, dream phone is coming from your mind, you see it as a real form, objective form. This is the first problem, elaboration of self, grasping at the object as selfhood, as a self entity, not from the mind, but from the self, from the object. Self here is also objective. Next is elaboration of self-grasp. No, next is what is next? Conceptual thought of the. No, elaboration is the objectification of the object. Misconceiving the object, what is mental projected as a real object. This is the first one. So we reverse it now. Elaboration, that is the first. So that gives rise to the next. That is conceptualization or conceptual thought of inappropriate attention. Inappropriate attention meaning exaggerating the qualities of the object. Exaggerating the qualities of the object, be it attractive or undesirable. Exaggerating the qualities of the object is known as inappropriate attention. Then the next is? Okay, we reverse. What reverse?
Affliction.
Affliction. Did you affliction or emptiness? What did you say?
Emptiness.
Okay, I thought that something aging. You said the affliction, I heard emptiness. I'm correct. You said emptiness. Thank you. Okay, so the thing from exaggerating the object, then you exaggerate the qualities of object, which is known as inappropriate attention. Number two, exaggerating qualities of object, then what happens? Craving arises or aversion arises. For example, okay, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Okay, some people just smile, didn't know what it is. Those people who have no idea, they hear it for the first time, it's good. Right? We get the smile, I know. Right? Okay. So, what is Gucci? It's just a brand. It's just a brand. What brand? Well, in what way it is good? Anyone who uses the Gucci? Anyone? Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Sneha, hey, Atiti, you use Gucci?
I got a gift.
Iconic, look how she describes. Iconic. Right? Okay, what is so iconic about it?
I think it's the brand perception and the quality.
And what, the material is good?
Material is good, it's made well, it lasts long.
Is the material good? So others are material poor?
It's subjective, it's relative.
So what else? Material?
It lasts long. And
Then?
it's the brand perception. Some brands also have resale value.
Okay, so we see that so basically, okay, I don't want to go too much into that. So let's say, so what is Gucci? This is saying that, yes, first I would say my speculation. My speculation is that first, and you say a simple person who is creative, who has skill, the stitch something, and then he or she focus on the quality, and people around they see that this is very good quality, and then the word spread, and then it was bought. Many people start to buy the same thing because one quite famous person buys it, everybody follows that. But then it's labeled as Gucci, right? Gucci, and they advertise, it spreads. The word spreads, and then you also they say charge more because the production is less and demand is more. So naturally you can charge more. So the more you charge, then the more the people feel the value. This exaggeration of the qualities. Of course, it should have qualities. So what happened was that Tibet has programs. At one point, Tibet has programs. For Tibet's programs are very good, but the people who attend, the number is only like 10, 20. And our secretary that time, she was very smart. She said, Gishila, we cannot do like this now. We have to do something different. She said that let us not give this program for free. Let us charge them. I said, no. She said, no, otherwise look at this, only 10, 20 people will charge. So she charged, and even the quality she improved. And she charged. The hall was jam-packed. People were not getting the ticket for this program. I was amazed. Wow, that's amazing. Human psyche. This exaggeration. It's the same program. Same Tibet house. Same program. But people charge, they think that this is very, very valuable. Right? So they were struggling, particularly young ones. And we want young ones. And they are coming. With the free, only my age they come. Young ones, they don't come. So later, young ones are coming, struggling to come. So these are the strategies, exaggerating the qualities of the object. That is the inappropriate attention. With this, what happens? That emotions are stirred. You're getting it? Same, for example, in the television, all the advertisements, they have to stir your emotions. You're getting it? These people who are into marketing, they are very good in this concept. The 5 concepts. Exaggerating the qualities, and then let the emotions arouse, attachment arouse, and people go into the act of buying things. You're getting it? They are so expert. They don't apply this to their own spirituality. They apply this to getting more money. So what happened? What they do is that they want to advertise the detergent, washing detergent. What they do is that you put detergent and a very dirty old shirt, very dirty old shirt. Put in this bucket with the detergent. You take it out, a new shirt comes out. And people are fascinated. Wow, that's amazing. Right? New shirt is not just clean plus new. A new shirt comes out, and people are so fascinated. Wow. So where is this? Win. They come to buy it. You're getting it? This is samsara.
So this is exactly what Aranyagarbhuna taught 2,000 years ago, saying that this is how the common people, they're ruined, they're dragged in samsara, right? This is amazing. And then what is that? Then nowadays, online dating. Oh. You take a photograph, filter it. Take a photograph and then? No, filter it. Filter it and then post it. And people say, wow, how are you? How are you? And you say, I'm fine. Where are you from? I'm from Italy. Where are you from? I'm from India. Right? What are you doing? I'm doing this. I'm in the consultant company. Right? You are not a consultant. Maybe you are the peon or whatever. And you say, I'm in the consultancy. Right? And what are you doing? Say, I'm the deputy assistant to actually, you are the giving tea to the CEO. But you say, I'm the assistant to the CEO. Right? That's amazing. So, India is very, yes, I know India is very beautiful. I'm interested in Buddhism. I'll go to Thosamling. Oh, what is Thosamling? It's Buddhism place. Oh, I also love Buddhism. The person also love Buddhism. So I also love Buddhism. And then gradually they meet. At the airport, they separate. They see each other and the picture and what the person is very different. They separate. And sometimes 1 week and separate. They know each other so well. So this is all exaggeration of the qualities. This is childish. This is what we are. Don't just blame them. This is what we are. So now we have to, these attitudes make us shed tears, constantly shed tears. Oh, it's so painful to listen to these, the stories of people that are having to shed tears after tears. And meanwhile, in between, children are born, and children are suffering, and they themselves are suffering. Everybody is in soup. It's a big problem. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if you know these things, then you become more matured. And matured, then you uncover, say, what we look for outside for the happiness, you see the happiness inside. These people are wise. Outside, the real source of happiness is not really there at all. At all. Whereas we look for happiness outside. Where there's some money is purely outside, it's nothing inside. But where there's some money, on the national level, on the international level, on the individual level, where there's some money, and people feel that I'm somebody, others think that you are somebody. When there's no money, people think you are nobody, and you also think that you are nobody. It's so sad. Where there's power, there's an ego. Where there's money, there's an ego. Generally, it's not that those people who have power should necessarily ego, not necessary. But generally, those with the power and money, the ego comes up, this is ordinary person. Where there's a power and the money come, and then you are still very extremely humble, this is the greatness of you. This is your strength. Okay, so with this in mind, then what happens is exaggerated qualities, then emotions are stirred. Attachment, aversion. Good qualities exaggerated, attachment arises. Bad qualities exaggerated, they say aversion arises. So with these emotions, then you engage into the actions. Either you push the object if the aversion arises, or you go to grab at it if attachment arises. So that is the action. And these actions end up into miseries. Okay, this says how it works, how samsara works. And it is very good for each one of us to examine that how your mind works, my mind works, each one of us, how our mind works. How our mind works, for example, say when you feel attached to something, let's say cheesecake. When you feel attached to cheesecake, so what's happened to your mind? Just check it. One time, it was a big conference, and during the lunchtime, there was a lady professor. We were sitting together, having lunch together, and the lady professor, after lunch, she said, "Do you care for the dessert?" And I said, "No, I don't." And she said, "I'd like to go for a dessert." And then she brought a cheesecake. And then I said that I deliberately, it's not that I don't like, but I deliberately stay away from this because cheesecake is delicious to your tongue, but it's not good for your belly. Belly comes out. My belly comes out. So therefore I should be careful. And she said, yes, that's true, I agree, but I cannot refrain from this. I cannot refrain from the temptation to the cheesecake. I should also learn how to do this. Then she said, how do you do? I said that cheesecake per se is not what you like. If you don't analyze, if we remain as ordinary, we think that we like the cheesecake. In reality, it's not the cheesecake that we like. We like the taste of the cheesecake. It's not the cheesecake per se. How do you know that? If the cheesecake happens to be rotten, you will not like it. Then, not only the taste, is not that you like, is not also that you actually see the taste. The taste that you like is not really there outside. It's just what your mind creates. It's not really there. We see this there, cheesecake there, and the taste there. And actually it's coming from mind. How do you know that? The same cheesecake. Okay, so there's a cheesecake girl, where is it? Over there. So Atiti. Okay, cheesecake girl. Okay, let's say cheesecake, one piece. You like the first piece? Second piece?
Me.
Third piece? No, fourth piece? No way. Fifth piece? Please, stay away. Okay, so this is what makes. So which is more delicious, first piece or the fifth piece? First piece. Let's keep the first piece last. And take the fifth piece first, so that when you feel full, then you can take the first piece. Does it work? It does not work. You're getting it? Whether you keep the first piece, you eat it first, or keep it last, it's the same. So it's the same cheesecake, but now the taste is not coming. With the fifth, the taste is not coming. So which means the taste is not 100% from the cheesecake. If it's from the cheesecake, it should give you whenever you have it, you should have that. That taste should come, but it's not coming. If you don't believe in this, check it yourself. If possible, try to bring big cheesecake and try everybody. First cheesecake piece, second piece, fifth piece, ninth piece, and then see what is your reaction. That we have to analyze it. Check it. You check it. I should check it. You check it and see that that's very true. That the taste that they say, I feel repulsion. I don't feel the attachment to cheesecake anymore. With the fifth piece or the sixth piece, I don't feel the temptation. I feel the repulsion. I just want it to go. Even the smell, at one point, even the smell can make you feel averse to it. Okay, so from this we come to learn that you are not really attached. The taste that you attach to is not really coming from the object. It's actually coming from your mind. You take it very seriously. There's amazing discovery. Okay, even this mind, the good taste, even this is also illusion. If you see that this illusion is even more powerfully creating goosebumps in the body, wow, this is amazing. If this is also illusion, and then you feel that you're not attached to anything. This is liberation. You're liberated. This is amazing. Okay, so with this, this is how the samsara operates. And if you now that's told like this. If you don't want to be in the prison, what should you have done? You should have not fist fight. No fist fight. There's karma. If you don't want to have the fist fight, what should you have not done? Not have attachment to the mobile and not aversion to your competitor. The afflictions. If you don't want to have the affliction, what should you have not done? Stop exaggerating the quality of the mobile. If you do not want to stop, if you want to stop the exaggeration of the quality of the mobile, what should you have not done? You should not have seen the mobile as real objectively. And if you don't want to see the mobile as real, as objectively real, what should you do? No. I will say, I'm not talking about the emptiness, I'm talking about the dream. If you don't want to see Is it dream mobile as the real mobile? What should you do? Wake up. This is for this reason that the Buddha is revered as the fully awakened one. You're getting it? Wake up fully, then you will see anybody in the dream as like a small children. You're getting it? You see everybody in the dream as small children. Yes, but yes.
Two questions.
Yes.
What is hermit, firstly? And secondly, can you explain the mental elaboration and conceptual part again?
Okay, first, what is hermitage? Okay, anyone? What is hermitage?
Recluse.
Recluse. What is hermitage? Okay, so basically, okay,
Well, like people who stay in Venerable area in a hut by themselves, dedicating themselves to their practice.
okay, so basically, people who seek a higher level of the realization for a higher purpose, not for the hookers, right?
I'm sorry?
Hookers.
Yeah, in recluse with the hookah. Okay.
No, not those.
Okay, so the people who seek a higher level of realization and who deliberately stay away from negative activities, negative thoughts, and involve themselves in the spiritual practices. So this place is known as hermitage, and the person is known as hermit. Okay, what's the second question?
Mental elaborations and conceptual thought of
Okay, so basically what we said is that, say, elaboration. What is of the five? What is the number fifth? First one is samsara. What is number fifth?
Oh,
Fifth one is
that's self-grasping.
Samsara, wake up and then you end up with samsara. What is the fifth one?
first one is samsara, then karma, afflictions, conceptual thoughts, mental elaboration, and then wake up.
Oh, no, they're only five, not six.
Yeah, five only.
You said six. With the five you added waking up. So reversing these five is the waking up. Okay, so the question is, what does it mean by elaboration? What does it mean by conceptual inappropriate attention? Okay, this is a good question. First, elaboration. Elaboration is where, let's say that by the way, what does it mean by elaboration in the normal sense, in the conventional sense? What does it mean by elaboration? Anyone, Chelsea?
To add more details.
Huh?
To add more details.
Okay, adding more details. For example, the food is very elaborate. Means detailed, variety, numerous varieties. Okay. In the dream, let's say that you dream of being in, let's say, in Manhattan. And you see skyscrapers, all the buildings, high-rise buildings with the numerous cars, and each building has numerous windows. Each cars have the number plates. Okay, so numerous items are seen, like numerous food. We say elaborate food. Numerous items are seen. You wake up. What happens to numerous items in the dream? Just empty, right? How empty? Not that they are empty. They are all realize that there's nothing from the object. It's all from the dreaming mind subject. The dreaming mind. It's not from the object. So emptiness is the empty from the object. Elaboration means while your mind sees things as elaborate, numerous things outside, but in actuality they're all empty from the object. Emptiness. Elaboration is exaggerating things as numerously existing there, varieties existing outside, independent of the projected mind. This is known as elaboration. Next, the conceptualization of the inappropriate attention. Now you exaggerate, you project things as object real, and now you exaggerate the qualities of these objects. Oh, this is so good, this is so bad, this is so good. In the dream, you say that, oh, the monsoon in Dharamsala is so bad. In dream, let's say in dream. And then the weather in where? Weather in Bangalore is so pleasant, so good. And the monsoon in Dharamsala is very bad. What is that? Autumn in Dharamsala is so beautiful. in the dream. You wake up, beautiful autumn in Dharamsala, the bad monsoon in Dharamsala is just your dream. It's empty from the object. You're getting it? So exaggeration of the object is known as, exaggeration the qualities of the object is known as inappropriate attention. Okay, how many got it, Vicente? How many got these 5 points? Good. So now it will be good that whenever the emotions arise, like anger, attachment, craving, or whatever the emotions arise, sadness, these emotions arise, see if it operates based on these 5 principles. Are you good? Now, as I said earlier, if you want to stop going to the prison with these 5 points, finally, what should you have done? You should have woken up from the dream. Wake up from the dream. It's for this reason that the Buddha is revealed to us the fully awakened one. Now, on the what we're talking about, all contaminated things are suffering nature. So, contaminated of these 5 points, all these 5 points are known as contaminated. Miseries. Hey, 5 points for samsara. Number 2, contaminated karmas, afflictions, inappropriate attention, and elaboration of self-grasping. All these 5 are contamination. Will be contaminated. All contaminated things are suffering nature. When it says all contaminated things, keep in mind these 5 points. So that makes things complete for you. All contaminated things. Now, to know contaminated, we need to know what is contamination. Of the 5, what is contamination? They say of the 5, first 2. Contamination means afflictions. Of the 5, which are the afflictions? Say, samsara, keep it away. Karma, keep it away. The first of the 5, first 2, keep it away. The remaining 3 are afflictions. Afflictions are the emotional states. These trigger the karma. Karma triggers samsara. So, contamination here refers to the afflictions. And afflictions here, in the context of the 5 points, is afflictions, inappropriate attention, and self-grasping ignorance. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions related to what I've said thus far? Yes?
They both sound too similar. Like
Which
in
one?
mental elaboration, you said you exaggerate and you have like this object has this value, and in mental conception as well, you exaggerate and elaborate. So both of them sound too similar.
Okay, so this requires more clarification, number 1. Anyone else? I'm sure that you have questions on this. One question that can potentially come up is that we said that of the 5, which are the contaminations? Contaminated, all 5. To know the contaminated, there should be contaminations to contaminate. So what are the contaminations? 3. What are they? Afflictions. Conceptual thoughts of conceptualization, conceptual thoughts of inappropriate attention, and elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. 3. These are the 3 afflictions. Now, 3 contaminations, 3 afflictions. And your question can be that, but in the 3, there is affliction separate. In the 3, there's an affliction separate, and you said that even the other 2 also afflictions. Answer is yes. Affliction in the context of the 5 points, that is a gross affliction. And the other 2, they are subtle afflictions. So therefore, combined together, all 3 are afflictions, contaminations. You got it? The next question is, okay, let me clarify this. Okay, let us say that okay, let's say, Shubham, you like flower? You don't like flower?
And neutral.
Neutral, very good, neutral. Okay, anybody who loves flower? This girl?
I guess for the sake
Huh? No.
I like plants.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you like designs. You like calligraphy.
Yeah, but I also draw, so I like to draw flowers too.
Okay, you like the drawing of the flower, not the flower.
I like flowers, I like the subject, so I want to draw. That's why I like drawing them also.
Okay, thank you. So you like flower.
Yes.
Okay, let's make it straight. Okay, anybody who says a flower so raise hands. Flower so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Come on. Flower so. Okay, let's say we have someone who loves flower, and the neutral. Okay, who loves flower? Neutral. So. Okay, let's say I ask, okay, where do you belong to? Which of these category? Love. Neutral. Yes, Chelsea. Petula. Neutral. Love. Neutral. Okay, so.
I like flowers.
Like flowers. Arjuna.
Love.
Arjuna loves flower. Min.
Love flowers.
So. The boy there. Huh? Neutral. Till.
Yeah.
Love. He love. Rosanna. Okay, here. Lohan.
Neutral.
Huh? You don't love. Neutral. So. Okay. Neutral. Okay, most of us are neutral. For me, I don't know.
You're old in meditation.
Okay. Okay, let's say that I ask this question to the 3 categories of person who loves flower, who dislike flowers, and who neutral flower. I ask this. What is this? What do you think? Answer given by all 3. All will say flower. You're getting always say flower. There's no sense of affinity. Now, next question. How beautiful is the flower? Those who love flowers is beautiful. Those who don't flower, those who is neutral, okay, is beautiful, not beautiful. So therefore, your response change differs. So, where all 3 gives the same answer, seeing this as, and this flower exists from the object or from your mind? What's your answer? All 3 will say is from the object. That is exaggerating object, exaggerating object. Exaggerate object, you create the objective real flower. That is the first one. Elaboration of the self-grasping ignorance. Then which gives rise to affinity. I like it, I don't like it. Beautiful, not beautiful. These are all purely subjective. In the conventional sense, we call it subjective. So that is the exaggeration of the qualities of the object. It's beautiful. It's not beautiful. You getting it? So where the 3 different the people, they give different answers. That is based on the exaggeration of the quality of the object. You understood it? Still not.
A little bit like the.
Okay, how many understood it? Your sense? How many understood it? Okay, you choose one to explain to you. Huh?
Anyone can explain. You choose Geshe.
Okay, look. Okay. Yeah, raise hands. Those who understood it. Raise hands. Okay, I'll ask Joshua to explain later. Okay. Okay, good. Now, again, let me explain to you. Let me give you another scenario. Say, the first scenario, you're in a dream where you have extremely pleasant moment in the dream. Being with your mom, dad, friends, enjoying. And then second moment of the dream, there's a suddenly cloudburst, the flood, and then the house collapses. Number 2. And in that state, you think that you are dead now. Okay, how many of you were trapped in flood in your life? Okay, no one. Floods.
Balcony flat one. Balcony of flat.
Balcony of
flat.
Flat.
Okay, so no one had that experience. Okay, so let's say that it's very scary. From distance, it looks quite, something amusing to see that where there's no water, suddenly water gushes. But then if you're there, it's very scary, very, very scary. Okay, so let's say that the next moment, there's suddenly from nowhere, there's like the flood washing, and the building collapses over you, and then you tell, I'm dead. Number two. And then let's say that then your dad comes and your dad rescues you. And again, you put in a very safe place, nice place, you're very happy. And they say, are you okay now? You say, yes. Then, can I leave? Then dad is, again, next flood comes. Okay, number one, enjoyment. Number two, flood. Number three, rescue. Number four, flood. Number five, wake up. And you say, I'm dead. And your mom wakes you up in the dream. In reality, mom wakes you up. 5 moments. Of the 5 moments, you tell me, choose one, which you like the most. Okay, if you forget the moments, first moment is enjoyment, full of fun. Number 2 is flood. Number 3 is your father rescues you. Number 4 is another flood. And then you think you are dead now. And number 5 is your mother wakes you up and you realize, I'm not dead. Okay, of the 5, choose one. Only one. Tim. Waking up. Or how many of you would go for the waking up presents? Waking up. Okay. Your dad rescuing you, that's nice. Why not? Why do you go for that? Your dad rescuing you. Anyone? Why you choose the waking up over your dad rescuing you? Anyone? Why? Yes, Nishana.
When we come, it will finish this experience again and again, the enjoyment again, fear again. It will stop.
Okay, your father rescuing is good, but what's the problem with this?
This is a permanent.
It's a very short duration.
Yes,
it can be followed by the next flood. But when you wake up, the problem stops altogether. Okay, how many agree with this genre resents? Very good. Very good. Okay, now tell me, what is the difference between the first dream and the second dream, which do you prefer? Okay, Jack, the first one. Maitri? First one is the enjoying fun. Second one is, second one is the flood. What otherwise, the first one is online dating. The second one is divorce. The second one is divorce. How is it divorce? Huh? Before the flood. Okay, let's say the first having fun and second one the flood. So the fun is better. Meaning the dream of the fun is better of the two. You getting it? But there are many things which are common between these two dreams. There are many commonalities between these two dreams. Say, however pleasant the dream is, and however unpleasant the dream is, as long as they're a dream, there are many commonalities. What are the commonalities between these two dreams? Very pleasant dream and very the nightmarish dream. Anyone? Yes.
Extreme of experiencing two extreme of emotions, like becoming extremely enjoyed and extremely fearful.
Okay, one is extreme joy, one is extremely fearful. Yes, very good. Anyone else? There are many different. There are many. What did I say? Commonalities. I'm asking for the extremeness. Extremeness of the experiences. Very good.
Both are dreams, both are not real, and both are in the mind.
Okay, both are dreams, both are not real, both are coming from your mind. Okay, anyone else? More? Yes, over there. Okay, uncertainty. What the next moment is going like? Not sure. Anyone else?
Anyone else? There are many commonalities between these two dreams.
No control.
No control. Okay, did you hear about the Hiroshima? Hiroshima or Hiroshima? Hiroshima. Did you hear what Venerable Petula and Hiroshima said? What Hiroshima said is he expressed, his thoughts. When Petula said what she thought plus what she learned, put together, right? And actually they come to the same point. What Hiroshima said is that you don't know what the next dream is like. Unpredictability of the dream, no control. So when Petula used the word no control, no freedom to choose the dream. Okay, this is very important for us. Okay, let me say that you're dreaming. And we talk too much about the dream. In the dream, we will talk about dream. It happens. If it happens, it's very good. If possible, try to remember that, okay, I'm dreaming. In the dream. Okay, so let's say that in the dream, Venerable Petula said that we are all going to have an audience with His Holiness at the right now. Happy, not happy? Chelsea? Very happy. And in the dream, so we're all in front of His Holiness. Then His Holiness tells Venerable Petula, hey, Venerable Petula, why don't you have a cup of tea with me? Hey, Shona? Extremely happy. Okay, extremely happy. Okay, now look. How many of you like to have this dream tonight? How many of you like to have this dream tonight? Raise hands. Very good. Next question. How many of you will have this dream tonight? Lohan, why? Why are you laughing?
Because I don't think that every dream about it.
Yes. Okay. So what Lohan said, in a way, she answered my question. Okay, my question is, how many of you will have this dream tonight? Mentally, why not? It's a very pleasant dream. Why not? Why you are not going to have this dream tonight? Why not? Who knows? Is that right? Or is there anyone who likes to put it differently? Petula? Why are you going to have this dream tonight? I cannot predict. Very good. Hey, Simran?
Not in my control.
It's not in my control. I don't have the freedom to choose the dream. This is the answer that's coming from Lohan, Maitri, Petula, and summarized by Simran. I don't have the control. I don't have the freedom to choose the dream. You're going to get? Okay, when you watch imagine that you are watching a movie. Imagine you are watching a movie with your little brother. And who's going to have the remote control? You want to keep the remote control, or you want to give the remote control to your brother? Your brother will watch cartoon all the time. And then they say, who will have to keep the remote control in your hand? Raise hands. Who wants to keep the remote control in your hand when watching a movie instead of giving to your brother, little brother?